Welcome to our live streams. This is where the grown-ups trade. No hype, no flexing, no TikTok guru nonsense. Just focus, discipline, and respect for the craft. Here we trade gold, the oldest store of value on Earth, at the precision scalping level. That's where trading gets real. Where a single tick too early or too late decides everything. It's the hardest style of trading there is. And the highest form, too, because it demands mastery of mind, structure, and emotion. Execution over ego. Reaction over prediction. Can it be the most lucrative? Yes, but only for those who earn it. There are no shortcuts here. You can't fake discipline at 10-second speed. Most gurus out there sell you dreams from their demo accounts. We build traders who can survive the market on their own terms. We don't promise easy wins. We teach you how to build a system that doesn't break when you do. If you're here, you already know what that takes. Courage, grit, gumption, the willingness to get punched in the face by uncertainty and still show up tomorrow with your rules intact. Because precision scalping isn't just a trading style, it's a mirror. It shows you who you are under pressure, and it forces you to get better, not just as a trader, but as a person. The focus you build here, the emotional control, the ability to act without hesitation, those are life skills. They translate everywhere. So welcome to the Barcelona Trader, where we practice the hardest craft in markets and one of the most rewarding in life. Let's get to work.
All right, good morning, YouTube. Good morning. How are you doing? It is Thursday, December 4th, 2025. And it is the New York session. What we're looking at here right now is the 10-second futures chart, but let's take a little trip around the block here and see how things are doing. We've got the VIX at 16.09. Turn the music down just a little bit here. The VIX here is at 16.09. That's in a good range. We're not going to expect any, volatility in the market derived from, the things that the VIX measures. If we look here at the DXY, which is the dollar measured against a basket of foreign currencies, we see that the dollar has been dropping overnight through the London session, is been rising for the last 10 or 15 minutes or so, moderately. Looks like yields have been pretty, 10-year yields on the U.S. government bond have been pretty flat overnight, just kind of in the range there. So hard to get any indication of how the market is doing based on those factors. This is the 5-minute gold chart. Where are we right now? We're sitting in an upward ascending channel. We're sitting above the DS1 pivot and below the DM2. Gold has been making a bit of a move here, coming down in the last few minutes, looks like 20 minutes or so. And right now, sitting near the low of the, I get London did make it all the way down to the DS1, and pre-London, in between the Asia and London sessions, made it even lower than that. Where is that? Made it to 4174, 4175. Goodness. Okay. Well, doesn't look like we have a full, an established direction of travel yet, even though the last two 15-minute candles have been coming down pretty sharply. So maybe we are establishing a direction here. But it's too early for us to just come here at the chart, look at what's happening with price action, and jump in. we need to get a feel for what's going on. And you know, I think one of the bigger mistakes that I used to make was coming to the chart, seeing a move in progress, jumping in, and then realizing, oh, I just sold right into a support zone, or oh, I just sold right into a pivot, or you know, I just bought and this thing was already overextended, and you know, I got in late. So yeah, you know, you have to remember that you come here, you show up for, you know, to find a trade that you can take, that you can make your nut on, that has a high probability of playing out in your favor. You don't need to, and the market's always going to give you another setup. You don't need to force a setup or jump into a move that's already taking place. You're going to get another setup. And if not in this session, then in the next session. And I know that that feels like it sets you behind on your goals. But you know, that's just one of those things that you can't change. You know, give me the wisdom to know the difference between the things that I can change and the things that I can't, and to focus on the things that I can. And one of the things that you cannot change is, one, that the market's just going to do what the market's going to do. It's going to give you the next best setup when it gives you the next best setup. And two, forcing an entry, getting in on something that isn't your high probability setup, you know, it might save your pants here or there, but each time it saves your pants, you have to remember that that is the lower probability outcome. Maybe it only had a 30% chance of saving your shorts. And you rolled the dice and it happened to come up in your favor. That reinforces in your mind that in that situation, you can force that entry the next time. But you really have a 70% chance of it not working out in your favor. So that's just gonna give you another loss. So you just wait for your setup. Not my most coherent argument, but hey, you know, it is 7:43 in the morning in New York, so that is what it is. I'm gonna get the Zoom room going here. Also, I hear that the music is still coming out of the speakers, so you might be getting a little bit of an echo on that. Let me figure out what to do here. Why is that happening? Let's do this. And then let's do this again. There we go. Okay. Let's change the music, change the vibe, get into the zone so we can start looking for trades here. Let's get the Zoom room going. Bring in Mr. Tono Miakoda. Oh, there we are. It's up here. I'm like, where's my Zoom prompt? Oh, Zoom doesn't want to open. We will try it again from scratch, maybe? Oh, no, there it goes. All right. The Zoom room is open. All right. So we're on the 1 minute chart here. You can see we are at the bottom of the channel. Seem to be coming up a bit here. If we look over here, we have gold is weaker than the dollar, although these are converging, so that would indicate that we might be going up this red hot moment. Looks like gold is getting stronger, the dollar is getting weaker. But let's see what happens here. We've got room to go either direction. This is not, we're not at a level where I would jump into a trade here. If you want to remember, the kind of trades that we're looking for, we have several different setups, but regardless of the setup, when it's time to get in, this is our checklist. We look for trades that we call leapers. Leapers. It has to have a clean level. The push has to be real from that level. It has to be in the right session that we're trading. So, that is the New York session. That's what we're trading right now. And I have to have a safe leash because I have a fairly tight stop loss, just, 25 ticks. So I have to know that I have a safe enough leash that it's moving decisively enough in my direction that it's not going to come back and stop me out. I'm not always right about that, but that's what we look for. So on our entries, we're looking for leapers. The two types of plays that we are looking for today. This is my playbook. We're looking for Aragos. That's the green line right there. And we are looking for the one that isn't on it, the Montjuic. The Montjuic, which is the, well, now I don't know which one's the green one and which one isn't assigned a line here. But anyway, we're looking for Montjuics and Aragons. The Aragons are basically breakout and continuation plays, and the Montjuics are stop and reversals. We'll talk about them more as they come up in our day. Okay, let's, as we get into the zone here, let's change the camera angle. We've been up close and personal here for a little while. We will change to a view from behind. There we go. And we will dim the lights and get into the zone. What do we have for news today, if anything? Wow, I'm not even logged into the broker. I can't place a trade if I wanted to. Okay. Thursday, December 4th. We're going to have unemployment claims today at 8:30, I'm sure. Unemployment claims at 8:30 exactly. That is all we have today in terms of, well, we have a, no, that's it. That's it for today in terms of red folders. And on Friday, tomorrow, we have the unemployment change, the unemployment rate, the core PCE price index, and the premium University of Michigan consumer sentiment, and the not premium, prelim. Okay, here we go. We move to the downside, but we have some supports below us. We're not interested in this as a trade, but we are interested in it in terms of observing what's going on. It breaks through these supports with some momentum to the downside. That's where we would say we might have some trades coming up. And we're going to set our alerts, our time alerts, so that for every milestone and half-hour candle, we're paying attention. So 7:59, 8:19, so we are alert at 8:20 for the COMEX open. 8:29, 8:59, 9:29, 9:59. Probably not going to be here that late, but if we are, 10:29 and 10:59 as well. Okay. All right, we want to take note here. Over here on the right side of the screen, we have the dollar at positive 2.2 and gold at negative 1.8. Okay, so we're just going to remember those numbers right now. 2.2, positive 2.2, negative 1.8. And we want to observe how they change over the next few minutes. 2.2, 1.8. Positive 2.2, negative 1.8. Sometimes I write that down. Okay, so we just got to change here. It is now positive 2 and negative 1.9. So the dollar is getting weaker. It was at positive 2.2. And gold was at negative 1.8. Now it's at negative 1.9. So gold is also getting weaker, meaning probably no change in direction of travel. All right, let's take a look again here just for market structure here at the 1 minute. You see we're sitting at a support here. Right below the support, we have a bull volume. Means there are buyers gathered here. So we can't really place a trade to the downside until we get through here. And then we have to judge whether we have enough space between this bull volume and this pivot and the swing low right below it. That is from 187 to 184, so it's really only 3 pips. By the time you get through this bull volume and have confirmation that you're going through it, you're probably 1 pip into this move already. You get in, you've got your spread, so you're another half pip into this move. And then you got to make sure your timing is right still. It's not going to come back and stop you out before continuing down to this pivot. And then you have to be sure, okay, is it going to hit that pivot and maybe spike through it and give you a chance to get out with, 2 or 3 pips of profit? Or is it barely not going to get to that pivot, kind of spike to it and pop back before you even have the opportunity to get out? So just with all of that nonsense going on in there, I just think, yeah, maybe I could scalp something in there, but the morning's going to give me a better setup than that. So I'm just going to wait patiently, and I'm not going to take that setup there. I'm not saying you shouldn't take it. It's not, not financial advice here. Just telling you what I'm going to do. All right, so here's the 5-minute chart. So we were just looking at this on the 1-minute chart, meaning that each candle that forms takes 1 minute to form here. On the 5-minute chart, each candle takes 5 minutes to form. So inside each 5-minute candle are 5 of these 1-minute candles. And as you get used to your charts and used to trading, you get used to being able to switch from lower time frames to higher time frames and get the information that you're looking for to interpret price action, what's happening on price in the charts. And my screens do look a little complex. I realize that. I use Fakanashi candles. My bull candles are gold. My bear candles are blue. And then I layer on a few indicators that I like to look at. If I take the indicators off, you can see the naked chart there. That is the VIX, so that isn't a really good example of a naked chart because let me show you the 5-minute gold chart, and I'll take my indicators off. This is my naked chart where the only things on here are my drawings. And what I have drawn on here are the pivots and a couple of volume profiles, like yesterday's point of control, volume area low, volume area high, value area high up here. I mark here with this yellow band across here, last week's high. I mark it with a blue band somewhere down here will be last week's low. It's further down, clearly. Anyway, it's down there somewhere. There it is right there. All right, so anyway, back up to where we were. Now, I don't use all these indicators at once, but I use them all at various times. And so rather than taking them on and putting them back off, or putting them on and taking them back off, I like to leave them on. And you'll get used to looking at it with me like this. All right, that was the 8 o'clock candle right there. We're 1 minute into it. So this is our 8 o'clock move. The hourly candles and the half-hour candles tend to move the market because higher time frame traders come in. But they always give you a little bit of a fake out. You can't jump in on the first movement that an hourly or a half-hourly candle gives you because it's not trustworthy. It might be in the direction it ultimately decides to go, but you can't trust it. And more often than not, it moves in the opposite direction first. See here on the 1 minute how we popped up first before kind of coming down here. And now we're kind of not getting it together on the way down here, and we're starting to come back up. Look at it there. All right, so if we're going to trade to the upside, let's see what we've got, what options we have. We have a pretty clear run from the top of this resistance up to here. Now let me look at my other charts to make sure we've got nothing in our way in terms of order blocks. just some interference on the Renko chart, which isn't going to hold us back. So let's see if we've got some momentum here to the upside. So here on our 10-second chart, we're going to want to wait until we get through this swing low and have some momentum going up here. I want to see gold over here on the right side of the chart getting stronger than the dollar. So I want to see the dollar, which is right now at positive 1.8. I want to see that drop below gold, which right now is at negative 0.7. But I also want to see gold rising. So that's what I want to see if we're trading to the we're going to take a buy. Price action is showing us that it looks like it wants to push up, but we are not seeing. Oh, yeah, there we go. We saw a little movement here in the dollar gold strength differential. We saw gold strengthening and the dollar weakening, and that's what we want to see if we're going to take a buy. But again, we're not going to take the buy until we have confirmation that we're above this swing low here. And let's just see how it goes. Looks like we have E-Man in the house. All right, coming back down through the range here now, coming back down with some ambition. Kind of decisive there. If we had been taking Montjuics as our A plus setup, that would have been a trade there. But I'm only looking for a breakout and continuation here. So I want to see a breakout either below this range or above it, and below I need it to get a little further below. Again, we're look at it here on the 1 minute chart. Well, look at that. Okay, there we go. That is looking like that's the kind of movement we were looking for. Yeah, I'm not going to take this. I've got, well, I'm not going to speak too soon. I might take this. Yeah, look at that. The way that's whipsawing there. I think it's gonna go where I want it to go, but the way that it's gonna get there would be a little too dangerous for the way I want to trade today is if I take one loss at my hot stove exit, which is about a $250 loss on one contract on one account, then I want to stop for the day. I don't want to risk taking two losses. And if I take one loss, that means probably means that my read on the market is off. So I want to be sure. You know, this is an excellent range to scalp in. If you took that down and took that back up, good on you. Okay, you can take that back down if you want. That's not for me. Those are not my pips today. Got the dollar rising, yields rising. So if the universe wants to make sense today, gold should fall. Again, we have news in 20 minutes, and most traders are just waiting out the news, waiting to see what the news is to determine a direction. So I would expect, you know, there might be a fake out here or there between now and 8:30, which is in 19 minutes. I wouldn't expect price to do much but move sideways. Anything can happen. But in terms of probabilities, the most likely thing that will happen is price will move sideways until the news. And so anything that looks like it might be an entry is probably a fake out. Maybe not, but probably. And that's what we deal with here. Trading is a profession of probabilities. Time for Uncle Mike to take his meds. Okay. let's see, we're getting some movement to the downside now. That's what I was saying. Okay, so now we're past the support. Do we have enough room to actually take a trade? Will that trade give us enough? You know, it's still early. It's going to give me a better setup than this. And if it doesn't, well, E-Man, are you taking any of these trades? E-Man's here, but he's
Just said I've been up working.
you've been up working?
No, I haven't taken anything yet, man.
Yeah, nice.
No, I'm just getting myself together before I can start trading.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it looked like it's going down, but it's playing between 90 and this right now. So I want to set up what direction really going in, yo.
Yeah,
Because you know, after 7 o'clock, it always seems 7 o'clock my time. It seems like it changes.
yeah,
It'll turn around and shoot up.
yeah, yeah. Yep, that 8 a.m. candle in New York is a fickle mistress.
Yeah, it's probably like that because the stock market opened up, huh? Around that time.
Well,
Well, it opens at 9 y'all time.
9:30 is when the bell is opening bell. But yeah, you know, just as the morning gets a little, you know, people are waking up and starting to trade. You just start having a higher volume of traders coming online at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right, so we have about 2.5 minutes for the 3.5 minutes, excuse me, for the COMEX Open, which happens at 8:20. That doesn't typically do a lot. Most of the time, that just kind of comes and goes, and you notice, a little more volume come into the market, and that's about it. But every once in a while, you get a crazy move at 8:20, and if you ever want to know what that's about, it's usually the COMEX Open. All right, we're coming back down here again. Now, if it breaks through this level, this is a minor level, but it's too much of a support zone. So I'm not gonna sell into that. I'm gonna start making my bad trading decisions on the weekends. Save the weekdays only for good trading decisions. Yeah. All right, we are 50 seconds from the COMEX open. Okay, let's see what we got here. See that trade could have worked too, taking it off the bottom there. But hindsight's 20/20. Interestingly, the dollar is significantly stronger than gold right now, yet we're traveling up. Yeah, wanted to push. We can get through this swing low.
And that's why I didn't take it down, Mike, right there.
Yeah.
It was a good day yesterday, man. Did you trade?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because I was trying to get on. I said, ain't nobody on.
Oh, so last night I was on last night for a while. Yeah, for quite a while.
No, I'm talking about yesterday morning.
Yesterday yesterday
morning.
yesterday morning I took 2 losses. Like back to back between 8 and 8:30, I think. No, about 8:30.
Okay.
And so I told Tono I had to go. I was just like I'm gonna tilt if I don't get off of here. So yeah, we got off early because I lost.
Yeah, you told me that you wasn't on. I had wrote in the chat. I was telling you to send me the link, everything. I said, hey, that wouldn't even go through. I'm like, man, what's going on? So I just want to text Tono.
Oh shit. Sorry about that.
Now, it was meant for me to stand alone today.
Just wants to range in here. But of course that is
Yeah.
we have the news in 5 minutes.
Well, I can catch it up to.
Yeah. All right, looks like it wants to push through. Doesn't have a lot of momentum, but and there's not a ton of volume in the market. And again, we're just before the news, so as I said, fake outs abound in this time frame, in this time span. Okay. Well, let's see. Even the fake outs can pay you. Got 1 minute and 45 seconds for unemployment claims, projecting 219,000. Higher than that will drive the dollar down and gold up. Significantly lower than that will drive the dollar up and gold down. With that, that would have been a trade. There I was saying fake out, fake out. And that's the whole fake out. One minute. Just goes to show you can only guess take educated guesses about what the market's going to do. Seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. Ooh, looks like unemployment claims are going to come in low. I don't see the number yet, but people are front running this to the downside. Okay, so much lower than expected. 191,000, which is 30,000 lower than expected. That's significantly lower. Drive the dollar up. Just make sure that's what's happening over here. Yep, dollar and yields are going up. So gold is coming down for the time being. But traveled down, took a bounce. Look over here on the 1 minute chart, see what happened. Came all the way down here, bounced. Now we're all the way back up here, close to where we started.
What kind of news came in and did that?
Unemployment claims.
Because I looked at it, I ain't seen much. Well, that shouldn't hurt us that bad.
Now it looks like it kind of stabilized here. Went down first, but let's see what the dollar's doing. Did the dollar come back down, or is it still? Yeah, everything's kind of coming back. Everything's kind of coming back into the zone of where it was. Oh, the dollar's rising again.
Yeah, I'm back in at 80. I mean at 96. So hopefully, I was trying to ride it up to 98. I had just took profit. At 96 and jumped back in. I shouldn't have did it.
Yeah, I would never jump into a trade right before news.
Yeah. I looked at my calendar. I thought it said, what's that? 9 o'clock your time, 8 o'clock mine. So that was 30 minutes from now, but I guess I miscalculated it.
Oh yeah.
gonna come back up though.
Money back early. There is a liquidity. Would you like more information? All you have to do is call 877-80-INVEST. That's 877-80-INVEST, or log on to investwarriorspot.com. That's investwarriorspot.com for details. And make sure the private placement is a random and scan the QR code.
Well, we don't want to get into a trade here just because we're bored, and I am feeling that little sensation of boredom coming on. You know, because we've had our news, we had a little move, wasn't really tradable, and it is now 8:34. Plenty of time left. The morning is still young, but you know, just looking for one really good setup, and I usually get a number of good setups every day, so come on, market, give me my setup. Okay, I'm back. Just out of curiosity, what were your other two wishes? Ha ha ha. Okay. Can't really sell here to the upside either because I have, if we look here on the 1 minute, we have one down here. These resistances right here that we're going to encounter. And as soon as we get through that, then we've got this here. which is the DM2. Giving us a lot of range-bound scalping opportunities. And if I were in more of a risk-on mood, or we're sizing smaller or trading for sport, that would be kind of fun. I was expecting the market to pick more of a direction based here on this news, but it clearly hasn't. There's no more planned significant news today. All right, so nothing really going on. Just one of those moments.
is so boring.
There you have it. Okay. Coming down.
Where did you send it?
I texted it to you. Same place you sent it to me? Okay. Don't. Yeah, it looks like gold is weaker than the dollar right now. Let's see if those relative strengths converge or diverge. Okay, this is a minor level. You push off of this. It's a very minor level. Definitely money to be made today in this market. It's just not my setups. There's somebody's setups. I'm not gonna take it. I'd like to take it, but I'm just not gonna take it. G-Man's probably making all the money, not leaving any for the rest of us.
I'm waiting it out, man.
Yeah. Did you get out of that buy that you were in? Oh no, you said you got in at 96.
No.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all don't have to answer this question either. I mean, like that. People said they wouldn't take $100,000 or $500,000 just to sit down with dinner with Jay-Z. 10 minutes with Jesus, that could change your life. You can find out so much about. I'm not really.
All right, looks like we're getting a little more decisive movement to the upside here. Yeah, this is a tough trade to be in, though.
I didn't say nothing about you. No. That's your choice. Well, go ahead and finish. You're not done yet. No.
Right at the DMT right now. What do you got going on over there, Evan? Can you turn that down a little bit, please?
It was my turn. Just one clarification.
It is your turn, Slimmy.
Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. Get it rolling.
Starting early, Molly. Take a deep breath.
I'm just messing with Molly, man. Let's get it.
This is that DM2. This is where we are right now. Got 1 minute for the 9 o'clock candle. I remember what I said about getting faked out by these candles, by these hourly candles. All right, we got a little front run to the top. There's 9 o'clock right there. So yeah, the clearest direction we have is to the top. But still, it's not my best setup. Hattie, come on. Trying to trade here. Hattie, come on. Stop it. Every day, at the same time, they come up in the hallway to remove the garbage. Every day, she hears the same thing. Convinced it's Armageddon. And it never is. breaks this, it's just a minor level. It's not, I mean, it's such a minor level that it's not. I don't know. On the 1 minute, it looks like one thing to me. On the 10-second here, it looks like something else. You know, here it looks like we could break this level here and take it all the way up to this bull volume. But here, looks like we've only got a little ways to run before, you know, this bull volume is going to hit before the other bull volume. I don't know. Just want to see price action here do something. All right, I'm going to go. Definitely jumped the gun on this. Yeah, my trade is in trouble here now.
Did you take a sale,
No,
Mike?
no, I took a buy.
Oh, you should be in good hands. You know, it's reaching its all-time high for today, almost. You know, so it may take a little minute to crack it. Just like it couldn't break 96 for about an hour.
I'm just going to take that. I didn't have more emotional capital to spend on that trade. Honestly, I could have stayed in and it would have given me a bit more right now, but I just couldn't hold it together. Sometimes that just happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, but I live to wait for another setup here. Yeah, that would have paid me very nicely. But I did not have the fortitude, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
All right, I'm gonna let myself emotionally settle. See if we get something here at 9:30. I'm gonna take a walk for about 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right.
Are you done trading? With what update?
I took one trade. Went against me, but not too much. Came back. I was losing my mental capital on it.
Yeah.
Like waiting for it to come back. It finally came back. But I said I just got to get out of this trade, so I got out of it with a little bit of a gain, and then it took off and went in my direction. And I didn't have the mental fortitude to stay with it.
All right. See you later.
Okay, sweetie. Yep.
You get an 8 too, Maddie. You get an 8. You don't, but good try. Get an 8. Give yourself. Give your dog.
What time are you coming back? Hattie, no. Hattie, come on. Hattie. This is the trading room, not the Hattie. It's not the barking room.
Yo, Mike.
Hey, man.
Yeah, think I'm gonna call it a day, man. I didn't hit my nut for the day, bro.
All right. Good for you.
On all 3 accounts.
Nice. Good job. Good job. All right. Well,
Yeah.
have a good one and feel good for the rest of the day. That's a great result.
You know, hey, this is what I've been doing, man. This is my new trading strategy. I just get in and get out, bro.
Yep.
I
Yep.
did it yesterday. Yeah, it works great. You keep sitting there, you wind up giving it back.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
already know.
Yep. Yep. I know. I know all that. I know too well.
Yeah, see, I know it's going up to 12, and I can stay here and keep getting it, but I ain't worried about it. I got 12 and a half pips for the day.
Good.
Uh, across all 3 accounts,
Yep.
that's good.
Yep. Good enough. All
All
right.
right, man.
I'll catch you tomorrow.
All right.
Have a good one. Or tonight.
Yes,
Whatever.
sir.
I'll be around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm keeping up with my average, man. My 10, 12 pips will be done.
Good. Okay.
All right.
Have a good one. See ya. All right, YouTube. We're going to end the Zoom room there, but we'll still stay here on YouTube. I don't need this trend. All right, well, I think I'm going to end it here. I think that's all we're going to do. I've let some trades go by, some very good trades go by here. But because I had already made my nut, I decided to sit it out. All right, so I will be back this evening. Oh, I did not even change my stats this whole broadcast. What is wrong with me? Let's see, my stats. Took 2 trades. Won them both. So yippee-ki-yay. So I will see you tonight at about 7:45, 7:30, 7:45. So hopefully I will see you there. Until then, stay safe, trade well.